What's going on, everybody? This is Damien. I'm here with some of the top marketers in their local industries, and we're here from all around the country. We even got somebody from Canada, Bacon, and we're going to be talking about how we're helping our local business owners, just making sure that they're not just surviving, that they're thriving during this pandemic. And even if you're watching this 6 months down the road, a year down the road, or whenever, this is a evergreen video because it's going to show you how to specifically keep on pushing the envelope and moving your business forward and when it comes to digital marketing and taking your business not just offline in front of customers, but online. Because right now, everybody's eyes are online and everybody's on Google and Facebook. Those are like the main two platforms outside of, teenagers being on TikTok and Snapchat. But outside of that, everybody's eyes are focused on their phones right here. This is where they're at. So this is what we want to talk to you about. So if you're watching this video with the person that invited you to see it, or you're in a Facebook group watching this, any of these tips that we're going to share, everybody's going to share one tip, but all of these marketers can do all 8 or 9 tips and a lot more than that. So if you have any questions, reach out to the person that basically showed you this video. And we're going to start with one of my great friends, Ryan. He's going to talk about where he's from, what he's a quick tip, and then we're going to keep on moving. So Ryan, where you at, brother?
Hey, what's up, buddy? So I'm in the Sacramento area, El Dorado Hills, California specifically. Just helping out the local market over here.
That's what's up, man. So what's one of your main tips you want to share with the viewers?
Yeah, so the main tip that I want to share, first and foremost, people, when they're using their phones, like Damien said, right, is the first thing they see other than Google Ads, because no one really wants to pay for Google Ads right now, is maps. Having your maps and all the information on your map listing correct is super important. One thing I want to point out to optimize your map listing is the NAPs, and what that is, name, address, and phone numbers. Always make sure that your name, address, and phone number is in the footer of your website. If you don't know how to do that, you can always reach out to me. But also doing citations, so optimizing the back end of the map listing. Citations, again, are name, addresses, and phone number. So the name of your business, the address of your business, and the phone number of your business all being the same exact and matching the footer of your website. A few examples, and I'm just going to read a couple off here of some citation listings. You go, obviously, Facebook. You can put your name, address, phone number on Facebook. Bingplaces.com. You can put your name, address, phone number there. Anywhere, Hopfrog is another one, so hopfrog.com. Anywhere that you could put your name, address, phone number is going to be a citation to be able to optimize your map listing. And I just want to show you an example too. 73% of people, so when they're searching, I don't know if you could see this.
Yep.
So I just did lawn care near me. The map listing. 73% of people, and Google has done the analytics on this, they're choosing one of the top 3 in the map listing. So the importance of optimizing your map listing and showing at the top is going to be very important for your business moving forward from here on out.
If you wonder why Joe's Lawn Care is outranking you, it's probably because they have a NAP, the name, address, and phone number all over the internet, and you don't. So great tip from Ryan. You want to make sure you optimize that. That's so key. I'll talk about that at the end too on some other strategies, but great share, bro. That was awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So David, what do you want to talk about, man?
Hey man, thanks for setting this up, Damien. It's great to collaborate with other guys all over the country. And one of the things that we've been doing lately is establishing a local group, a niche specific local group. I just started one just for all local businesses. Some of you guys have done the same thing, but so many people are the experts in their specific niche, whatever that might be, whether it be mental health, it might be, auto dealers, it might be restaurants, it could be anything, really any type of niche. It might be attorneys, personal injury attorneys. It could be, just about any type of local business that is in your area. And to start a specific group, the great thing about groups on Facebook, Facebook is the largest social media platform out there. Instagram is owned by Facebook. It's the fastest growing, but Facebook is the largest. And so to utilize those free resources like a specific Facebook group that is niche specific to just offer support and advice and information around your niche and to help you set up those. So I love to be able to help a local business to be able to position themselves as the authority in their particular niche in their local market. And to do that by just creating a free Facebook group and offering value to their community by just sharing free wealth of knowledge that they have learned over years and years of experience. It's just a tremendous way to not only position themselves as the resource, as the authority in their area, but also just to give back, and in a time like this, especially where we're at right now. And obviously some people might be watching this down the road after this COVID-19 pandemic has passed and come and gone. But right now, specifically, if we can just offer resources to our community that just help support local businesses, it's of tremendous value. And people will respect that, and they'll patronize those businesses that are willing to give back and support their community. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just kind of help people know that that's an option, and just give them the information and the support that they might need to help them know how to just do that. Just how simple it is to set that page up and to just give attention to it and nurture it so that it grows and becomes that resource and that that position of authority that they really want it to be.
That's a great thing you said, man, because so many local businesses don't even know the free resources out there. So if
Right.
you're a business owner watching this video, reach out to the person, the marketer that showed you this video, because they can show you all the different free resources you can do yourself, or that you can outsource and have them do, them and their team. So that's awesome, man. Appreciate you, David. Thanks, man. Matt, what do you want to share, brother? Where are you from?
Hey, I'm from San Jose, California, Bay Area. And just like you guys, I help small local businesses, also franchises with local locations. And I just wanted to talk today about reputation management and specific reviews, basically getting the good reviews to come in and getting the bad reviews basically to not come in. So every time you get a customer, every time you close a deal, get a lead and do some work for them, doesn't really matter what kind of industry you're in, you're going to want to send them a link. Now, what this link is it's going to bring them to a Google Forms page. Okay, so you're going to go to Google Forms and you're going to make a little document. So you're going to make the first question, something basic, like how many times have you used us? Where did you hear us? Or where did you find out about us? Whatever. The second question is going to be something like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied were you with our service? And you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, up to 10. And there's an option, if you screw around in Google Forms, there's an option to, based on the answer that the person gives, to forward them to another section. And so you're going to make that new section. You're going to choose that option. And for options 8, 9, 10, you're going to make it forward them to a link that goes to your Google profile review. So the way you do that is you go to your Google profile and you just click review, and then you copy that link, you put it in that Google form. And what that's going to do, if you can do that, is it's going to, if someone is extremely satisfied or satisfied with your service, it's going to link them to your review page, straight to it. So they don't have to look you up. All they have to do is click that link that you sent them. And if they choose anything lower, 1, they have a bad day, so they choose 1, they're not going to be forwarded to that link. And you're also going to see that person was dissatisfied, so you might be able to make it up to them in some way. Maybe offer them something, some sort of discount, maybe sort of redo what you did for them or something like that. And so that way you'll not only get better reviews and get less bad reviews, but you'll get more reviews, and you'll actually be able to help the people, help you figure out what you can improve on. And so basically it's just that little part of reputation management that could be really useful for some of you guys.
That's such a great tip, Matt, because so many businesses, listen, no business wants bad reviews, that's just the bottom line. So if you get a 3 or 4 out of 10, you can reach back to that customer, like Matt was saying, and simply say, hey, what can we do to make it up? How are you dissatisfied? I'm sorry that customer service agent, was rude to you. What can we do to make it up? And it shows the customer that you care, And so that's a good way. Plus you have all that data, right? They're not just going straight to Google Maps to leave the review. You're giving them a buffer. And if they leave anything below a certain score, then that's it, you know? So
Exactly.
that's a great tip, man. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
So Demetrius, my bro, what you want to share, man, with the viewers?
Hey, my name is Demetrius. I live in Bend, Oregon. One thing I wanted to talk about is alt text or alt descriptions. So what those are essentially are descriptions that show up on your photos, and what they do is they help readers if your website fails to load an image. What it really does is it helps screen readers describe an image to like visually impaired readers, or it helps the crawlers that go over your site for search engines. It helps them rank your site. And so one of the ways to do that is when you're going through your photos, or you're uploading photos to your site or to your Google listing, you'll right click on the photo and you'll scroll down to where it says properties. And in properties, then you can go over, let's say display, and then from there you can click and it'll show a list of different items, and there it'll have tags. And in tags, you can go in there and completely delete everything that's listed, and keyword specific list out the whatever keywords that you are trying to rank for your niche or specific city, and it'll help you rank on your site and for your GMBs.
Yeah, that's a great tip, man, because if for those of you who are business owners, entrepreneurs watching this video, Demetrius says such a key point, because a lot of people search services through images. So they might search like lawn services in Eugene, Oregon. And if the first 10 pictures are all your pictures and they redirect to your website, they're going to click on the picture, then they'll click on that link, which goes back to you, which could be a potential customer lead, you know? So that's such a key point he talked about, to make sure that you take the extra 30 or 60 seconds and just name your photos. You know, there's something called an alt text. And if you really don't know how to get to that, it's real simple. You could just reach out to the marketer that showed you the video. But bro, thanks for sharing that tip, because that's such a small, minor detail. But Google's all about the details, you know, and we all know that. So thanks for sharing that, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Miss Lindsay.
Hello.
Where are you from?
I am coming to you guys from Twin Falls, Idaho. So a little bit more rural area, but still, I think my tip is short and it's simple, but I think that it's relevant, especially in the times that we're going through, especially to people in our area. And I think it's important that business owners recognize the importance of their websites and keeping them current, making sure people know that they're visible, not only having a website, but also knowing, where does it rank? Are people looking at it? Are people using it? Do people even know that my business is still open, or what functions my business can still perform even in situations like with this pandemic? So I think having a current website and making sure that it's visible is so key right now. And I think that if ever there was a time that helped us look at that, now I think people are really, the importance of that is huge.
Yeah, that's super key, because so many businesses just do their business offline, which is okay. Yeah. But we're in 2020 where, like Ryan said earlier, over 73% of people are only going to focus on the top 3 positions. Like, if you're not there, you know, that's a problem. And there's an opportunity for you to be there. And it's a lot easier than you think if you actually take the time, or get someone like an expert like yourself, or someone in their local market, to go ahead and help them get there. So that's key. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just cooked some French fries today, so I'm all about Idaho. Anyway, George, my man, what's good, man? Talk to us where you're from and what you want to share.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, my name's George. I'm from Boca Raton, Florida, South Palm Beach County. And yeah, I mean, my advice, my tip is pretty much like what everybody said. Do all of the things, because times are changing, right? Like, everybody right now has had to adapt to basically communicating with businesses without going or showing up to a business. And we also have a younger generation that's used to communicating that way in the first place. So the communication cycle with customers has really been sped up a lot by this. So I would just urge everyone to do all of these tips, because customer communication and the way that you interact with your customers is really going to see a fundamental shift from this. So just finding ways to have more meaningful interactions with your customers is extremely important, whether it be through email campaigns, through Facebook, through social media, through text message, any sort of communication that you can have to let everybody know you're open, or when this is over, to let them know updates about your business and how you can serve them, and just connect with them in a different way where they don't actually have to come in and visit you to be able to experience the effects of your business. So that's my main tip, is just to take a real hard look at the way that you're communicating and the way that you're interacting with your customer base, and start to form deeper relationships with them through new avenues.
That's such a great tip, because so many businesses right now, unfortunately, they're not communicating with either their past clients, current clients, or even potentially future clients. And so when they're not keeping the communication lines open, it's going to hurt them in the long run. And they're going to remember the businesses that were there chatting with them, and even giving them free advice and maybe not charging them, but those customers will remember that, and they'll spread the word on that. So that's a key point you made, man. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and then last but not least, we got Fatty. He's from Canada, and he's going to share a pretty cool strategy that he's doing to help some business owners. So, Fatty, what part of Canada are you in,
Yeah, I'm coming in from Red Deer, Alberta. And my hot tip would be to pivot your focus on delivering digital products, be it information products or other products, just so that you could deliver whatever service or product you have without you actually having to be in contact in person with whatever customer. This saves transportation costs. So this saves you a ton of time, and just you're able to reach out to a lot more people, and it's super easy to set up. Little short-term investment of some of your time, and you just have that up on your website, on your pages. People can just go and either buy them, or if you're offering them for free, you can just do that, acquire a bunch of customers, and make sure that the customers who are out there right now that you can't reach are happy.
Yeah, it's a great point. I have a friend out in Ohio. He had a yoga studio, or he still does, but you can't be in person anymore because of the whole quarantine and lockdown. So what he did, he started doing live streams, and people started buying day passes or membership for the month to do their yoga training. So that's a digital product. So what you're saying exactly is so key, that any business, if they really got creative, or if they consulted with a local marketer, like everyone on this, on this live stream, and consulted and paid for that advice and say, hey, can you help me take my business digital? We can create and get creative on making that to fruition. So that's a great idea, because we're in 2020. Everyone's in the future. We got to get online, and we got to create something that is passive as well. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, that's very possible, man. Thanks.
Yeah. And so one last thing before we close shop is I kind of want to touch on what Ryan mentioned earlier, Google Maps. Google Maps is so key to grow your business. And one other strategy, Google Maps is like, it's its own entity when it comes to, like, Google owns it. There's so many different facets of it. And so one facet I want to talk about is something called 360 photos. And people like doing virtual tours. So imagine you have a restaurant or a gym or a yoga studio or a massage place, or let's say you're not any of those and you're a service-based business. You're an HVAC, or you do air duct cleaning, or you're a landscaper, you're a pool builder. If you start taking those 360 photos, really easy to do on a phone, especially if you have, like, an iPhone or Android. I mean, if you have iPhone, it's better, because Androids kind of suck. But anyway, so if you have one of those, it's really, really easy to create like a 360 tour to show customers what their potential garden, flower bed, pool, what the office looks like in the dentist office or the massage therapist, whatever, what it looks like when they actually enter your place of business, and how you take care of that. And kind of like what Demetrius said, making sure that you tag those photos with certain keywords. So when you do those virtual tours, Google loves those type of photos. They get a lot more traffic than just even regular photos because they're 3-dimensional, they're 360. And so just from what Ryan said, making sure, yeah, you're ranking your Google Maps with citations when you're doing other parts of the process, like filling out all the information, making sure you're putting dates of when you're open and closed, the right hours, updating your hours on a regular basis during random pandemics that happen like this. And making sure that you're adding like those virtual tours is super key because people are going digital. They're growing to that on a day-to-day, week-by-week, month-by-month basis. So if you're not doing that, something that you need to do because you want to make sure you're in the future and you're not stuck in the 60s and 70s. You know, we're not in the yellow pages anymore. So, so with that being said, listen, everybody, thanks for jumping on and sharing all those tips. If you have any, for those of you who are viewing, if you're a local business owner, entrepreneur, and you're watching this video from one of the local marketers here, listen, they can do all of everything everybody talked about and 10 times more. I know them. They were invited by here to be on this stream specifically, invite only. So they're experts in their field in their local areas, and they have clients all around the country. So if you have any questions, reach out to them specifically. And thanks for watching this, everyone here. Thanks for coming on board and sharing just a nugget to help the viewers, and appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Damien.
Damien, much love.
Thanks, Damien.
For sure, man.